All right, so you're ready to just totally ace the IELTS speaking test,
Yeah.
specifically part 1,
Right.
where they kind of throw those everyday topics at you. We're talking about health this time.
Okay.
Now,
Yeah.
everyone has something to say about health, right?
Of course.
But the IELTS examiners,
Yeah.
they're looking for more than just like apple-a-day wisdom.
Right.
We need to go deeper.
Exactly. It's about showcasing your English skills,
Okay.
not just your knowledge of healthy habits.
Mm-hmm.
Think of it as a chance to demonstrate nuanced vocabulary
Right.
and thoughtful responses.
Yeah.
The kind that earn you those high band scores.
Okay, so before we dive into like all the tips and tricks,
Yep.
let's make sure we're all on the same page here.
Okay.
IELTS Speaking Part 1. It's basically like a mini interview
Yeah.
where the examiner asks you about familiar topics.
Right.
Things like your hobbies,
Mm-hmm.
your daily routine,
Mm-hmm.
or in this case,
Mhm.
health. They're checking out your fluency,
Yeah.
your vocabulary, and
Yeah.
how natural you sound.
Right. Think of it as like a friendly chat,
Okay.
but with a purpose.
Wow.
And one thing that can trip people up, I think,
Yeah.
is the length of their answers.
Okay.
Too short, and you're not showcasing your English.
Mm-hmm.
Too long, and you risk rambling and losing focus.
So what's the sweet spot?
Yeah.
Like how much should you be saying?
Aim for 2 to 4 sentences.
Okay.
Enough to give a complete answer.
Yeah.
And demonstrate your language skills,
Uh-huh.
but not like a full-blown speech.
Right.
And remember, quality over quantity.
Like this example I see here, the prep materials.
Okay.
The question is, do you like exercising?
Yeah.
And instead of just saying yes,
Right.
which would be a missed opportunity,
Totally.
they give a more detailed response. They say, yes, I enjoy exercising because it helps me stay fit and reduces stress. I usually go jogging in the morning as it gives me energy for the day ahead.
That's a great example of how to do it right.
Yeah.
First, they directly answer the question,
Okay.
yes or no.
Uh-huh.
Then they expand on it with why they enjoy exercising,
Right.
showing they can explain their thoughts.
Okay.
And they even add a personal touch with their jogging routine,
Right.
making it more engaging.
I also noticed they didn't just repeat exercise over and over again.
Exactly.
They used stay fit jogging.
Yeah.
Keeps it interesting.
Using synonyms is more than just showing off your vocabulary list.
Right.
It demonstrates that you have a real command of the language.
Okay.
And it keeps things lively for the examiner,
Yeah.
which is never a bad thing.
Makes sense. Variety is the spice of life.
It is.
And apparently IELTS exams, too.
For sure.
Now, what else can we do to make our answers stand out?
Don't underestimate the power of linking words.
Okay.
Words like because, so, however,
Uh-huh.
they make your speech flow naturally and show you can connect ideas. It's like the difference between reading a list of sentences
Right.
and listening to a well-told story.
Mm-hmm.
Which would you rather listen to?
Definitely the story.
Right.
Okay, so we've got the basics down.
Yeah.
Give complete answers. Use varied vocabulary. And link your ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I'm feeling more confident already,
Good.
but I think it would be really helpful to hear these tips in action.
Sure.
What do you say we do some role play,
Okay.
like a mini mock exam?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll play the examiner first.
You're right.
And you be the candidate.
Sounds great.
Remember, you're aiming for that ideal 2 to 4 sentence sweet spot.
Got it.
And for all of you listening, pay close attention.
Mm-hmm.
We'll break down what works well in each answer.
Okay.
So you can add these techniques to your own IELTS toolkit.
Awesome.
All right, let's talk about health.
Okay.
Do you think it's important to stay fit?
Absolutely. I think staying fit is crucial for overall well-being.
Mm-hmm.
It not only helps prevent physical health issues,
Yeah.
but also does wonders for your mental health, For
Right.
me, incorporating exercise,
Yeah.
jogging into my routine helps me manage stress
Mm.
and stay focused throughout the day.
You see, that's what I mean about giving a complete answer.
Yeah,
You didn't just stop at yes.
right.
You gave a clear explanation of why you think it's important,
Okay.
and then you personalized it with your own experience.
Mm-hmm.
That shows the examiner you can express your thoughts clearly
Yeah.
and effectively in English.
Okay.
Okay, let's keep this mock exam going.
All right.
What do you usually do to stay healthy?
Well, I try to focus on 3 key areas:
Okay.
a balanced diet,
Mm-hmm.
regular exercise, and enough sleep.
Oh.
For instance, I make sure my meals are packed with fruits and vegetables, and I stay hydrated throughout the day.
Right.
When it comes to exercise,
Uh,
yoga is my go-to, as it provides both physical and mental benefits.
that's great. You gave a structured response.
Mhm.
by outlining those 3 key areas.
Right. Yeah.
And then you elaborated on each one with specific examples.
Okay.
That kind of organization makes your answer easy to follow.
Yeah.
And shows you've put some thought into it.
Okay.
All right, next question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think people in your country generally lead a healthy lifestyle?
That's a tricky one.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a mixed bag.
Okay.
There are definitely people who prioritize their health.
Mm.
They eat nutritious food,
Uh-huh.
they hit the gym regularly,
Right.
and steer clear of unhealthy habits like smoking.
Yeah.
However, there's also a significant portion of the population,
Okay.
especially those with demanding jobs,
Mm-hmm.
who struggle to find the time or energy for healthy habits.
Right.
Fast food is readily available and quite popular, which
Yeah.
is definitely a concern.
I see.
But I do see a growing awareness of health issues,
Okay.
particularly among younger generations.
You navigated that question perfectly.
Oh, thanks.
It could have been easy to generalize,
Yeah.
but you presented a balanced perspective, acknowledging both the positive and negative aspects.
Mm-hmm.
And you use those linking words we talked about,
You're right.
however.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
to seamlessly connect your ideas,
Mm-hmm.
it all adds up to a really strong answer.
Thanks.
Okay, ready to switch roles?
Sure.
You be the examiner now, and I'll try my best to impress you.
All right. Let's see what you've got.
Bring it on.
Okay.
I'm feeling ready to tackle those health questions.
Okay. Let's stick with the topic of health.
Right.
What kinds of foods do you consider unhealthy?
For me, it's those foods that are loaded with sugar, salt, and unhealthy fats.
Okay.
Fast food comes to mind immediately.
Uh,
Burgers, fried chicken, pizza.
right.
These kinds of foods can lead to health problems
Mm-hmm.
if they become a regular part of your diet.
Yeah.
And then you have those sugary drinks,
Okay.
soda being the main culprit.
Right.
They're basically empty calories.
Mm-hmm.
They contribute to weight gain
Yeah.
and offer zero nutritional value.
Solid answer. You clearly identified the types of foods you consider unhealthy
Hmm.
and gave specific examples to illustrate your points.
Okay.
It's important to be specific in your responses,
Right.
so the examiner can see you understand the nuances of the question.
Okay.
Let's move on.
Right.
How often do you exercise?
I aim for at least 5 times a week.
Okay.
My routine usually involves hitting the gym
Uh-huh.
for a mix of weight training and cardio.
Mm-hmm.
On weekends, I like to get outdoors
Yeah.
and go hiking or cycling.
Nice.
I find that exercising regularly not only keeps me in shape,
Right.
but also helps me stay productive throughout the week.
Excellent.
Oh.
You mentioned the frequency of your workouts.
Okay.
And provided a good variety of activities. Remember, you want to showcase your vocabulary.
Right.
And mentioning different types of exercise is a great way to do that.
Makes sense.
One more question.
Okay.
Do you prefer exercising indoors or outdoors?
Personally, I'm all about that outdoor workout. There's just something about being surrounded by nature
Mm-hmm.
that's incredibly motivating and refreshing.
Yeah.
For example, jogging in the park
Uh-huh.
feels so much more enjoyable than running on a treadmill at the gym.
Right.
That being said,
Yeah.
when the weather isn't cooperating,
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy to take my workout indoors.
Great job.
Ooh.
You stated your preference,
Okay.
gave a contrasting example to illustrate your point,
Uh-huh.
and even acknowledged the other side of the argument.
Right.
You've clearly demonstrated a good command of the language,
Nice.
and your answers have been well-structured and engaging.
Okay.
However, just a little tip for those listening.
Yeah?
While these answers are good,
Mm-hmm.
think about how you could elevate them even further
Okay.
by using more sophisticated vocabulary
Hmm.
instead of saying unhealthy foods.
Yeah.
Perhaps you could use foods that are detrimental to one's health.
That's a great point.
Yeah,
I see how that subtle shift in language can make a big difference.
for sure.
It's all about those fine details that can push you towards those higher band scores.
Exactly.
So for all of you out there who are aiming for those top marks, those coveted band 8s and 9s,
Right.
let's shift gears and explore how to take your answers
Mm-hmm.
to the next level.
Mm.
So what's the secret sauce for those higher bands?
Yeah.
What are those IELTS examiners really looking for when they're
Mm.
dishing out those 8s and 9s?
Fluency and coherence are absolutely key.
Okay.
Think of it like this.
Yeah.
You want to sound like you're having like a natural conversation,
Right.
not like you're reciting memorized lines.
Mm-hmm.
Your ideas should flow smoothly
Yeah.
from one to the next.
Okay.
And your pace should be like comfortable and engaging.
And I bet vocabulary plays a big role too.
For sure.
Like instead of just echoing the words from the question,
Yeah.
you use more sophisticated language to express those ideas, right?
Absolutely. It's about demonstrating a wider range
Okay.
and depth of vocabulary, for instance. Instead of simply saying, I eat healthy food, you could say, I strive to maintain a balanced diet.
Oh,
Or instead of, I avoid unhealthy habits,
right.
you could say, I prioritize healthy choices.
I see.
Right.
It's about taking those basic phrases
Yeah.
and elevating them,
Uh-huh.
showing the examiner that you're comfortable using more complex language.
Exactly.
Like in this example from the prep materials.
Okay.
Instead of saying, I like yoga because it's relaxing, they've rephrased it to, I find that yoga helps me unwind both physically and mentally.
Right.
That's way more impressive.
Exactly. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
It shows you're not just using basic vocabulary,
Right.
but you're actively choosing words that convey a more nuanced meaning.
Okay, vocabulary is key. But what about grammar?
Right.
What should we be aiming for in terms of sentence structure?
Don't be afraid to mix it up.
Okay.
Using both simple and complex sentences demonstrates a good command of English grammar.
Right.
Think about it. In a natural conversation, you don't just use short, choppy sentences all the time.
Right.
You naturally vary your sentence structure to add emphasis, create flow, and express different types of ideas.
Okay. Complex sentences, good variety in vocabulary key. Got it.
Yeah.
But what about those inevitable mistakes?
Sure.
I'm sure everyone makes a few slip-ups here and there.
Of course.
Even those aiming for band 8 or 9.
Everyone makes mistakes.
Yeah.
The important thing is to not let them throw you off your game.
Okay.
Keep the conversation flowing, focus on communicating your ideas clearly, and don't dwell on minor errors.
Right.
Remember, the examiner is assessing your overall communication skills,
Yeah.
not penalizing every little stumble.
That's reassuring.
Good.
So to sum up,
Yeah.
what are the key takeaways for acing IELTS Speaking Part 1 on the topic of health?
First, practice giving those well-structured answers.
Okay.
That go beyond simple yes or no responses. Second, showcase a diverse vocabulary related to health and well-being.
Okay.
Don't be afraid to use synonyms
Right.
and more sophisticated phrasing. Third, use those linking words
Okay.
to connect your ideas seamlessly.
Yeah.
And experiment with a mix of simple and complex sentences to show off your grammar skills.
Right.
And finally, relax.
Okay.
Be yourself, speak naturally,
Yeah.
and let your personality shine through.
Great advice. It's all about being prepared,
Yeah?
practicing those key techniques, and then just letting your knowledge and personality shine
Right.
on exam day.
Exactly.
And remember, even if you make a small mistake, don't panic.
Yeah.
Just keep the conversation going.
Exactly. Now,
Yeah.
here's something to think about.
Okay.
The prep materials mention the increasing popularity of fast food
Right.
and the concerns surrounding its impact on health. How would you answer the question?
Okay.
What are your thoughts on the role of fast food in today's society?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
It really makes you think beyond just personal health choices.
Right.
And consider the broader social and economic factors at play.
Absolutely.
I encourage all of you listening
Yeah.
to take a moment and think about how you would answer that question. Use the tips and techniques we've discussed today
Right.
to craft a well-structured, insightful response.
It's all about connecting those personal experiences and ideas
Yeah,
to the wider world, isn't it?
absolutely. And remember, this was just a deep dive into one IELTS
Right.
health.
Uh-huh.
There's a whole universe of knowledge out there
Yeah.
waiting to be explored, and we're here to help you navigate it.
That's right.
So keep those questions coming,
Yeah.
and we'll keep diving deep.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Sounds good.